Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing kind of a chatty get ready with me video, and this is the look I came up with. This wasn't really a tutorial, I was just kind of getting ready and I kind of wanted to share that with you and also kind of chat along the way. So if you would like to see more, then please keep watching. So I just moisturized my face. I used the Origins Ginzing moisturizer and the Origins Ginzing refreshing eye cream for my under eyes, and then I used the Benefit Porefessional just in the areas of my face that have large pores. And this is a new product I got recently. It's the Nicole Guerrero Best Damn Beauty Best Damn Lip Mask, and I know this came out like about a year ago. I'm not actually sure. I've been watching Nicole Guerrero's channel for a long time and I always wanted to try it, but for some reason I never ordered it. So I finally decided to order this and I put it on my lips already and I love it. I used it a couple nights ago before I went to bed, and when I woke up my lips were just so much more moisturized and not chapped, especially now that it's winter and the air is so dry and cold. It's like really been helping my lips. So this is what it looks like inside, and it's just a little pink kind of like cream. It's not like oily. It smells good. It doesn't have a very strong scent, but it doesn't smell like chemicals, and the packaging is really cute. It's just this little container. It's actually pretty big. Like this is going to last you a long time, and just so cute with the little packaging with the gold lid. So I'm so happy I got this. So shout out to Nicole Guerrero. This is great. I got this new foundation. It's the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Healthy Luminous Makeup, and I have the shade, I have the shade Porcelain Light Ivory Warm 1-2. So I think I'm gonna try this today. I'm just gonna shake it up, make sure it's all mixed. I haven't seen anyone talk about this on any YouTube channels really, but I do see people talk about the normal L'Oreal True Match foundation. I wanted to try this one because I don't have really any foundations that are luminous. I think I'm gonna try using a blending brush. This is just an e.l.f. blending brush to blend it out, and this is what it looks like. It's not very thick. Like you can see, it's already running down my hand. So this foundation is pretty thin. It's blending out really easily. It's not thick or anything, and does not look cakey so far, but I mean, I only put on part of my face. So this is how the foundation looks blended out. I only have foundation on. I didn't put concealer or set it or anything yet, and so far I do think this foundation is pretty good. It does not look cakey, I don't think, and it blends very easily. It's a very thin consistency. It's not thick, so it's very easy to blend out. And I tried it with the brush. I have not tried it with a beauty blender yet, so I'm not sure how that's going to be, how that will work differently, but I like how the L'Oreal foundations tell you whether or not they're warm or cool toned or neutral, and that makes it really easy to find your foundation shade. And I do like the finish. It does not look like matte or powdery, but it looks kind of luminous, I guess, but it doesn't look like shiny, like oily. So far I like it. I'm gonna put concealer on and then set it. So I also got the L'Oreal True Match concealer, and I got the shade Warm 123, which is Fair Light, and it just looks like this. I haven't tried this before either, so I'm just gonna put this under my eyes. I'll put a little bit on my eyelids, so I'm on the bridge of my nose and around my nose, a little bit on my chin. I'm just going to use a little bit of the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer just under my eyes, just to make sure it's not too orange or too dark, I mean, just to brighten it up a little bit. And now I'm just going to use some Mineral Veil from Bare Minerals to set everything on my face. So far I like how this foundation looks on the skin once it's set and everything. I don't think it's exactly full coverage. I think it's medium coverage, but you could probably build it up. I only put one layer and I blended it out pretty well, so it's not like I have a very thick layer, but the coverage is pretty good for me, so I do like it. I'm going to see how it wears throughout the day, I guess, but for now I like it. And now I'm just going to do my brows real quick. I'm going to use the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Chocolate. And then I also have this new NYX Brow Mascara, and I have the shade Chocolate as well. So I'm going to use these. I'll use a brown powder from the Carli Bybel palette just on top of my brows. So I'm going to do that off camera real quick and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that my brows are done, I'm going to move on to eyes. One thing is, while I was doing my brows, I noticed my eyes started kind of feeling like they're burning, like they felt like they're going to start watering, and they still kind of feel like that. And I think it's from the concealer, the L'Oreal concealer. So I'm probably not going to keep that. I probably will be returning that because I've had this problem before with other drugstore concealer, with a different drugstore concealer, the NYX, I think it's their like HD concealer. I've seen a lot of people on YouTube talk about that it's supposed to be really good. But when I tried it, every time I would use it under my eyes would start watering and like burning. I'm having like a similar problem with this one, and hopefully it's not the foundation. Hopefully it's just the concealer, but I barely used any foundation on my eye area, so I'm thinking it is probably the concealer. I'm going to use the Catrice Glam Fusion Powder Gel Eyeshadow in the shade Jon Snow's Favorite as a base on my eyelid. And for this, I like to just apply it with my finger. Since it is a powder to gel formula, I think it's easier to apply with your finger. And I like using this as a base because it makes whatever shadow you put on top of it look so much more pigmented and more like foiled. So I really like using this as a base underneath my other shadows. Even if the other shadows, I'm not saying that the other shadows have a problem with their pigmentation. Like I think I'm going to use the Morphe and Kathleen Lights palette today, and that has no problems with pigmentation. The colors are great and they're very pigmented and the shimmer is really good, but I just like this because it intensifies it even more and it makes it last longer throughout the day. It's basically like if you were going to use an eyeshadow primer. So I'm going to use the Morphe and Kathleen Lights palette, and I'm going to use, first I'm going to go into the shade right here, this kind of like burnt orange peanut butter shade. I'm just going to use this as a kind of transition shade, so I'm going to apply it to my crease. The reason why I haven't been filming any videos the past couple weeks is because my puppy had to get spayed. She had to get her spay surgery, so I was watching her, taking care of her for her recovery time, and I didn't want to leave her alone while I would be filming a video. I know that's kind of, some people might think that that's not necessary because you have to do things even if you have a dog, but I treat her like she's my baby, so I don't want her to be alone and suffering. And also, pretty much anytime your dog has surgery or has any kind of stitches, they have to wear the cone on their head to prevent them from licking or biting the area that has the stitches. So now I'm going to go into this kind of emerald green shade right here, and I'm going to kind of pack this on my lid. I think this green color is just so pretty. It's like, I never really am interested in green colors for shadows, but I think this color, the two colors that she put in this palette, I think are really pretty. Like, I think they're actual wearable green shadows. Especially if you were wearing like an olive green shirt, like an olive green jacket or something, I think it would look really cute. So anyway, when your puppy has surgery, you have to watch them if they're not wearing the cone. And I felt so bad when I brought her home and she had the cone on, because she was like in pain and she was so scared and uncomfortable, and it was just so sad trying to see her sleep like that. So I put a baby onesie on her and I watched her for the 2 weeks like constantly to make sure that she wouldn't scratch her tummy or anything. So that's why I couldn't film videos, because I was just watching her all the time and making sure that she was okay. And this past week she just got her stitches out, so that's why I'm able to film now, and she's healed and she's all better, so it all worked out fine. But I was missing filming, like I was missing doing my makeup, and I got some things in the mail that I ordered and I hadn't been able to try them out yet, so I was really excited to try these, try the stuff I got. Now I'm gonna go into this kind of olive shade right here, And I'm using a fluffy brush. I'm going to blend this into my crease. And I'm also going to kind of drag it to the middle of the eye. I'm kind of like adding it on top of that emerald shade to kind of mix them together. But I'm not really putting it like in the inner corner. I'm leaving that the more bright green shade. And I think these two shades together look super pretty. It just makes the green like have so much depth and dimension. And it turns into like a really pretty olive green shade. But I'm gonna just blend out the edges so it doesn't look so harsh and there's no harsh lines. And even though this is like a very dramatic, like bold, smoky look, there's like barely any fallout, which is pretty surprising because a lot of shadows that are like dark like this will give a lot of fallout, but I barely had any fallout just now. I just like brushed it away, but there's like barely any. So I'm just blending this so there's no harsh lines, and then I'm gonna go back into that brown burnt orange shade right here, and I'm gonna add more of this to my crease to blend that darker green shade better. It's kind of like I'm kind of going above my crease a little bit and then dragging it down into my crease, so it's kind of mixing with that shade, but I'm not bringing it all the way down to my crease because I want to leave that dark green kind of on the inside of my crease. So I just cleaned off my brush again, and now I'm just blending again just to kind of blend all the shades together so it all blends together. For the lower lash line, I'm going to basically do what I did on my eyelid on the lower lash line. So I'm going to first apply this brown shade, and then I'm gonna buff a little bit of these two on my lash line. First, I'm gonna go into that brown shade first though. So this brown, the light brown shade, I'm just gonna like kind of smoke it under my eye, like not very precise. And then with that emerald shade, I'm gonna try to line my waterline with that. And now I'm going to take a little bit of the olive shade and kind of buff that on the outer corner of my lower lash line. For my brow bone, I'm going to use this shade right here, and then I'm going to use this more shimmery shade for my inner corner. For eyeliner, I'm going to use the Eyeko Skinny Liquid Liner, and this is black. This was in my Ipsy bag, I think. One of my Ipsy bags. I really like this eyeliner. It's so easy to use because, except for every time I open it, it doesn't open right. It opens like that. I don't know why. It's a felt tip liner. It's not a brush, but this is so easy to apply. It's not, the little felt tip doesn't really move. It's very like stiff, so it's really easy to apply the liner. So this eyeliner I really recommend if you're like kind of new to using liquid liner, because I think this is a really easy way to get used to it and kind of learn to get more comfortable, just because it's so much easier to apply with this than another kind of brush. Then for mascara, I'm going to use the Stila Huge Extreme Lash Mascara. I've been really liking this mascara lately, or since I got it. So that completes the eyes, so now I'm going to just finish up my face. So I have the Too Faced Cocoa Contour Palette, and I'm going to use this to contour my face. I love this because it smells like chocolate. And it comes with a, if you haven't seen this before, it comes with a little brush right here, and then there's 4 little powders. So this one is a highlight shade, but it's not shimmery, and then these 2 are the contour shades. And then this one is a highlight shade that has shimmer to it. So I'm going to use the medium cocoa shade right here to contour, kind of contour. I'm not going to do like a very harsh contour. I'm kind of just bronzing a little bit of contour, but basically bronzing my face. So then I'm going to use the light cocoa over here, and I'm going to use this to highlight the areas of my face, like under my eyes. And the middle of my forehead, kind of like between my brows. And then the bridge of my nose. And then my chin. I guess since I'm already using this palette, I'll use the Pop of Light, which is the highlight shade over here. I'll use this to highlight like my cheekbones. And I just add a little bit to my nose. So that finishes the face, so then I just need to put some lipstick on. So for my lips, I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in the shade Milkshake. It's just a very light nude, but it has a pink tone to it. So that's how this lipstick looks on the lips. I think this eye look, since it's so bold and dramatic, I think it looks good with a nude lip. So one last thing I wanted to mention is on my nails, I'm wearing the Formula X nail polish in the shade Huntress, and this was in my Ipsy bag, I think for October. I think October. It was either October or November, I can't remember. But I finally tried it out and I have it on my nails right now. It's a very interesting color. In some light it'll look green, and then it'll look a little bit more blue when the light hits it, and then when you're not in very bright light it looks pretty dark, like barely green, like a very, very dark green. I really like it. And the formula, I've never used the Formula X brand before for nail polish, but I really like it. It was so easy to paint my nails. As you can see, my nails are super short right now, but the brush was so easy to paint them. A lot of times, since my nails are short, it's so hard for me to paint my nails. Like, I end up getting so much nail polish on my skin. The brush is very thin, but it just makes it so easy to apply the nail polish. I mean, I still did get some on my hands, but after it dried and I washed my hands a couple times, it came off. What I always have been pretty much using since I got this is the Revlon Color Stay Gel NV Diamond Top Coat, and I use this on top of this nail polish, and this just makes your nail polish feel really like thick and hard, and it makes it super shiny, and it really helps your nail polish to stay and last longer and not chip. And it also, I noticed that I have very thin nails, and I noticed that when I do paint my nails and apply the Gel NV Top Coat, it makes my nails less likely to break, so they're actually able to grow longer. I haven't painted my nails in a long time before this, so that's why they're so short right now, because they always break. It kind of looks like a gel manicure. It just makes the polish look so much better. So anyway, I just wanted to mention that since I did show this in a previous video and I finally got around to using it. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!